Everybody loves a good tag, and I'm no exception. So today, I am going to create a double-sided hidden pocket tag to slide neatly inside one of our mini journals. Stay tuned. Welcome back to Livie's Lovelies, your inspirational craft channel, and I'm your host, Pham the Fabulous. For more ideas, inspiration, swaps, and challenges, click the link in the description below to join our craft community, the Maker Exchange, on Facebook. Alright, so before we start on this tag, I have gone ahead and pulled out the ephemera that I cut out of THELISHA's Autumn's Breeze kit. This is a piece from her ephemera page, I think. And I've got some scrap paper that I'm sure that this will fit on, because I want to make a journal card that will fit inside of a pocket that I'll make behind this tag, one of the tags anyways. So I want to make sure that it is not too wide. I'm actually going to cut this down some, so let me go ahead and pull this out. I'm just going to cut it down slightly so that I can get a little bit of that gold in here, the gold edging, which just as soon as I said that, I thought to myself, perhaps I should use a little gold. I should embellish this with a little bit of gold. Looks like I need to change my blade. All right, so we've got that side cut down. So it's gonna have to fit this way, but I still need it to stick out just a little bit. So as long as this is matted wide enough, it'll be fine. All right, so let me cut off the edges this way. It's actually not balanced. All right. Okay, so we have that there. So what I'm going to do is cut. If I do it like this, will it fit? I'm actually going to use this side. So let me cut off this dotted line here, and I can see better. Should go this way. I'm going to have lace sticking out of the edge of it. So I'll keep it this way. Then I'll cut it down right about there. Put a little pinch there. And that ought to do it. Let's see. And then I'm going to stitch around it as well. All right. All right. While I have this out, let me go ahead and cut the edges of this off. All right, and I'll cut the rest out with scissors. That's scrap. Grab the scissors. I need to clean these. Okay. I'm just cutting off these angles. And I do see a little bit of white that I'm going to need to get off the edge. Not that one. This one right here. All right, so I want to go ahead and glue this down. I am going to sew around the edge, so this doesn't have to be heavily glued. I really need to get some new glue bottles because I've been using the ones that I have for a couple years now. And it's time for them to be shown the door. Cut this down just a bit. Okay. Once I put lace at the top, it should be fine. Yeah. All right, and so we want to back this. And I wanted to use cardstock for this because it's going to be thick. It needs to be, what do you call it? Sturdy enough for the pocket to not be flimsy. Go ahead and score the fold. Now, you probably don't need to actually use a scoreboard for this, but I got one, so why not use it? All right. Okay, now that we have that scored, now I can go ahead and, before I put that down, what I'm going to need to do is just distress it a little bit. So I'm just going to go ahead and distress the edges on both sides of the fold, because I'm going to, when I make the pockets will need, it's not going to wrap around, so the fold will show. This part will show when you open it up. And then I'll go ahead and distress once I'm finished. So put that away for now. Right there. So what I'm going to do is set this down here. Line that up. So one side is going to be a journaling side. The other side, well, both of them will be journaling sides, but only one side will have a pocket. And I'm going to stitch around. Well, this one will be the, this will be the journaling side. This one will have the pocket. Is that how I want that to go? No. The pocket will go on this side, because they'll have the tag and the ribbon, okay? And then this side will be the journaling side. So I'm going to put this side over here because it makes for journaling a little bit easier. And then this side over here, I'll have to be careful not to go around all sides. So I'm going to use the other glue for this because it's cardstock. So I'm going to go around all three sides of here so that this side is open. Then I'm going to just line the cardstock up so that it, I'll just be cutting off the corners. Okay, and then on this one, what would stop me from making, okay, I don't want to do it. One does have to be journaling. So actually, I'm not going to use this on this. I'm going to use coffee dyed on the other side, simply because I don't need cardstock on this side. I can just use regular paper. All right, so let me see what I have available that is coffee dyed that I can use on here. That will work. Okay. So oh, that's the better side. Okay, and I'm just going to lay this down like so. I just like to use the straight edges as guides. Just makes it a little easier, you know. Just want to go ahead and burnish everything down. Okay, now we can go ahead and cut off the excess. Before I stitch on here, I am going to put a little bit of just using some wet mediums, at least one. It's already a busy pattern, so I don't want to do too much. But you know, we like to get a little bit of our playtime in. And again, it already has so much visual interest that it's like I'm not going to add any texture to it. You know, none of the things that we normally do. It's kind of like, this is something you could definitely do if you didn't have a lot of time. You could definitely use this to maybe even make a card. You actually got two pieces that you can make a nice slimline card with. All right, so should I take that off? All right, so let me go ahead and ink this up, and then, yeah, and then we'll move forward with adding some sprays or whatever have you to this. Okay, so I have these vegetables from THELISHA's ephemera kit, or her ephemera page from her kit, Autumn's Breeze kit. And again, there'll be links to her kit and Sonya's as well as mine in the description box below. So anyways, I've cut out these. I really didn't fussy cut. I probably should have, but I didn't. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to go ahead and back these with some cardstock, and because I want to arrange these on here, you know, it's the harvest, right? So that's kind of what it's going to symbolize. I got to find a little piece of fabric or cheesecloth to slide underneath that to give it a little bit of visual interest, you know what I mean? So let me grab some cardstock. All right, I'm just going to glue these pieces down, and this isn't heavy cardstock, but it's heavy enough for them to lay and me to layer them without them this getting too bulky. So all right, you know what, I can get the glue stick out for this. I'm pretty sure I can, if I can find one. All right. All right, let me just grab something to, oh gracious. That was a lot. All right, so I got those already glued down. So the next thing that I want to do is go ahead and fussy cut them out. And y'all are not about to sit here and watch me struggle through that that process, okay? I don't even want to sit and watch me struggle through that process. So I'll be right back. Yeah, I'll be right back. All right, so now that we've got these items fussy cut out, and believe you me, it was a little bit of work. Got them glued down, fussy cut out. I think we're all set now. Let me just clear the debris off of the desk. And next up, we shall, well, we definitely need to put just a little, distress a little bit, just so that all of that light colored paper in the back, or that it's glued to, you know, that all of that's not showing. And give them a cohesive vibe, you know. All right. And I'm not overdoing it. I just want to give it a little bit of definition around the edges so that once it's laying on the tag, it's not just blending into the background. Well, not that that's possible because it is quite the busy background. All right. My printer is doing its own thing over there. I think it's cleaning itself or something. All right. Okay, so we got a couple more pieces left, and then we shall move on to just adding some cuteness to the top tag layer. I'm not going to do anything with the back because who's going to be looking at the back? Furthermore, it's just more journaling space. So I don't want to overdo it. I want to give enough space for the journaling tag to actually have space to be journaled on, right? Okay. All right. Okay, so we got that. Let me tell you something. If I didn't love y'all, this fussy cutting wouldn't even happen, okay? Because it's definitely not my thing. All right, I need a brother scan and cut. Anybody out there with one and just want to bless a sister, feel free to shoot one my way. I'll pay for the shipping. All right, so we've got that. Got those distressed, cut and distressed. And next we want to, let me find that scrap paper I was using. I'm going to go ahead and just add a little bit of spray on this. Because why not? Because why not? Right? All right, so I want to use this, but I actually have another one, another green that I would prefer to use, but I gotta see. This is a deeper one. I have the Bakers and Crafters alcohol spray, but what I want, and it's a lighter color, it's an olive color, which I love, but I need a little bit of contrast on here. So let me just see what I can get out of it before I hit the spray bottle. Okay, this is probably going to be how I work that. Okay. All right, so let's do that. Let us do that. Just a little bit of oh. Well, you know, that's not too bad. I should have closed the bottle. Accidents happen, but wonderful things come from such accidents. So let's do this. I'm glad you guys were there to witness that. We can go ahead and let that work to our advantage. Okay, we got a little lid on that side too. Now let me wipe my hands off. I'll be right back because I'm going to add a second color, a follow-up color to that. Accidents happen. All right, so that was a close call. So listen, word to the wise. Always close your bottle top to avoid those type of minor catastrophes. But the wonderful thing about creativity is that you can always find a way to make beauty out of ashes, or in this case, a good spill. All right, so moving right along. So as you can see, we took that spill and just let it be. Let it be. We're going to work with that. Okay. So now I also have the Tim Holtz distress spray that I was going to use. I still want to use it. It's more of a chalky green, and I probably should protect my space. Let me close this. Okay. All right. So I'm just going to, I don't want to spray. I'm just going to add a little bit of green there. It's a pale green. It's going to lighten up a little bit. And I need to do the same to this side because it has a little bit of, but I don't want it everywhere. There we go. All right. Let's see the other side. All right, we have light and dark. Okay, great. Now, I think I also want to go around the edge with black soot because I need to bring more focus inward. So I need to give the edge an actual edge, a darker edge, if you will. I could use walnut stain. Let me use walnut stain. So let's do that. Let me see if that makes the difference that I'm looking for. And let's see. Yeah, I think that might be what I'm looking for. I don't have to go too deep in because I still have the lighter layer. Now, you may not be able to see the difference in the camera, but I can see the difference from here. And that's fine. That side is fine. All right, so we'll leave that there. Now it's time to arrange the harvest along with a word towel. Now, this is my ephemera kit, or my ephemera page from my kit. And I want to use the word harvest. So, and I'm also going to have to back that on a darker cardstock, I believe. Let me just cut the thing out. All right. I'll figure out what I need to back it with. This is already on cardstock, but for the sake of it having some texture to it, or depth, if you will, I will go ahead and Josh is done with class, guys, just so you know. So you'll hear him giggling and laughing, and he's getting ready to start up a rally online with his friends at 12 o'clock. So I'm trying to get this wrapped up before then so that I can allow him to be free in game as he normally does. All right, so here's what we have right now. Now, I think what I want to do is go ahead and stitch around this as well as stitch around that. But let me... And you always remember what needs to happen, when it needs to happen, based on, do I want white here or do I want cream? I better go with a cream. Based on what you know you're getting ready to do. So let me grab some, this might work for that. Yeah. Let me grab some lace, cream lace, and so I can edge that. I think I'm going to use one of my faves, which is this one. I love this one, especially because it always hangs out very well. So I'm going to cut this right here. It's longer than what I need, but just want to make sure I have that it's long enough. So from there to there, that'll work. I'm going to glue that and then prepare to hit the sewing machine. All right, so I'm gonna do this here like so, and I think what this is the wrong way. I think what I'm going to do is sew it in place and then cut off the edge, so that it doesn't come undone. Although, you know what? I may have to do a single stitch around this one because otherwise the sewing machine may have a hard time getting around the edge. Let me just cut off a little bit of excess right here and here, and I'll cut the rest off when I'm done. All right, so I'm going to grab the sewing machine and I will be back once I have that stitched in place along with around the border of the journaling tag. Okay, so Stay right there. I'll be right back in a jiffy. All right, so we've gotten that done. Oh, my sprays and stuff all over the place. All right, so what I did was I stitched a zigzag stitch all around the bottom of this and fully around the left hand side. And then on the right side, I just did a single stitch around the top because I'm also going to be putting a eyelet and lace or some type of trim through that. All right, so we have, there is our little pocket. So let's just make sure we got that that this can fit. Ooh, and it does. Wonderful, wonderful. All right, so with that being said, let me take that out for now. We've got our harvest full of vegetable harvest here. All right, and let's see how we can make this little baby look like a harvest. Okay, then I want the word harvest down there, so I also need to grab some cheesecloth. Let's see what we got. I just keep the scrappy stuff in here, stuff that I've already used in some form of fashion. I know I've got something that I can use in here. Do I have something with enough? I think I want to go with white cheesecloth instead. Either that or, well, this is cheesecloth. Actually, I'm going to use this. Do I want to go this way? Yep. Better go this way. All right, that's going to work for me. Okay. Just cut. I'm going to have to cut all that off and then just distress it by hand, like so. Yeah. That's what we shall do. All right, do I want to use... I think I'm going to go with that. How about I glue it down first? That might work. This is not necessarily an easy or difficult process, especially when you have all of the elements. So again, if you have not already grabbed yourself one of our lovely kits, I would strongly suggest you go ahead and do so, unless of course you have similar elements on hand. And by that mean, and for that matter, there's no need, right? All right, let's cut this down a bit. I got green, the green spray and glue everywhere, but it's okay. So I think I'm going to use all but this one, or should I use that one? Is that closer to white? That might work. No, actually, it might work better if it was the green at the bottom. We'll figure that out in just a second. All right, what am I waiting on? Oh, to lay this down. So that is what I shall do. How about we turn this way? Trim a little bit of this off. Okay, and now I could also come in here with a little bit of stamping, but honestly, you know, sometimes enough, you know, you gotta know when enough is enough. I have been known to overdo it from time to time, you know. I know, it's shocking, isn't it? Me overdoing it. All right, so we're gonna go like that. How about we do like this? we got this hanging over here, and maybe, how about we do that like that, and then we have this right there like so, and then radish tucked behind. That works for me. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and lay all that down, and then I'll be right back. All right, we got those little ladies down, and I think I'm gonna put harvest across here like that. That's what I'm gonna do. That makes sense, because I also don't want to cover up some of the goodness, the coloring and the background little wording there from the little collage design there. Right, and we're going to keep that simple like that. All right, so the last thing we want to do is add an eyelet and some trim in there. Okay, let me grab my handy little thing here. I probably could have put this in here in the middle, but it's the similar color as that, so no. All right, and I think I want to go, I don't even know what colors eyelets I have. I have white, I have a silver. I don't want any of those. Let me go grab a colored one. Okay, so let us use, shall we use an orange, or shall we use a pale yellow? Pale yellow. Or shall we use the orange? Oh, it's such a difficult thing to, I'm gonna go with the orange. Okay, just call it. I just had to call it right there. But I think I might have to go with I might have to go with silver, because the hole is too large for the orange. The orange will just slide right through. If it didn't have a hole, then it wouldn't be a problem. I could use whatever size I wanted. But I need to get some larger eyelets, replacement eyelets. Is that the right size? Nope, I'm not gonna mess with it. Nope, that's fine. It looks good. It's not exactly what I wanted, but it's perfectly fine. Okay. All right, now let's find us something to go through the hole. I'm sure I have something in here. I'm sure I do. That will not work. It was close, but no cigar. Can't be too bright either. Not, not white, obviously. I may have to go find a actually new trim. All right, so I did find a piece of trim, and I ended up having to tie it off with the other piece of fabric, just because nothing was going to fit through that hole. So that's what we ended up with. So here's what we have. We have our cute little double-sided tag. Enough journaling space there, a little bit on the back. And then we've also got our hidden pocket with our journaling card inside. And again, this is just another one of those creations from the Autumn's Breeze digital kits available in our Etsy shops and websites. So check in the description box below. If this is something you thought was adorable, hit the like button, because you're still here, so you might as well hit it anyways. And if you are not currently a subscriber, now is a great time for you to hit the subscribe button, because there's going to be plenty of inspiration coming up the pipeline. All right, now listen, for those who are my continued supportive community, I want to say thank you for sharing, liking, commenting, and your feedback. I greatly appreciate it. And listen, now until we're back here together on YouTube and Patreon, stay encouraged, stay blessed, stay creative and crafty. Bye for now. Let me give you a quick little close up there. Ooh, look at that little harvest notion there. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Hit subscribe to join the crafty community and be sure to click the bell for notifications of new uploads. Thank you so much for watching. Now stay tuned for more from Livie's Lovelies, your inspirational craft channel. Bye for now.